Okay, so one of the easiest ways to make your R&B melodies way more emotional is by taking a simple chord progression like this and playing it like this. What it does right here is it actually widens the sound way more. It opens up the chords because I'm playing 7th chords and sus chords. And don't feel like, if you've never played keys before, don't feel like, oh my god, this is a lot. Not at all. I'm gonna go step by step on how I can make them a little bit more emotional and still sound like R&B-ish, if that makes sense, at the same time. In this channel, we love to learn how to play piano and produce, well, and make R&B beats at the same time. So hopefully that makes sense. But hit the like button if you've been enjoying these videos so far. Thank you for that. So I'm gonna start off this melody like this. I'm gonna play in the key of E minor. Just for the sake of this video, I'm gonna play these easy chords and then go into E minor, D, and then C. 3 easy chords. Pause the video wherever you want. This is why I leave the MIDI keys up here so you guys can see exactly what I'm playing. This widens up the sound every time I play a 7. So I could easily play the chord like this. And that sounds good too, don't get me wrong, that sounds really good. But if you want that R&B sound, like if you want more of like a wider, it's just gonna sound more open, and with the 7th chords, it's gonna sound more like soulful than just playing the basic chord progression. I'm gonna start off in the C major, and then I'm gonna go and create tension going with the E minor after, and then ending it with a D, and then with a D sus, and then going again back to C again. So we're gonna play this melody. It's gonna be in the BPM of 85. Let's see what we can come up with. Let's try to get it. And for the sake of this tutorial, first I'm going to play an easy chord progression so you guys can pause the video or whatever. Then after that, I'm just going to create my own melody using the same chords. All right, here we go. And then it could just go back to C right there. So let's just quantize this. All right, so I would call it kind of like emotional, inspirational at the same time, and it still hits like those R&B chords, so it works out for sure. Now what I'm gonna do, now that you have that chord progression down, like it's just easier to play it than clicking stuff in. But if you're that person who likes to click stuff in, that's great too. I just like the feel of it when you're just playing it and not, you know, so much when you're clicking them in, right? So now let's just create my own melody using the same chords, but now I'm gonna go up the scale of E minor, I mean. So let's just go up the scale. Don't worry about what I'm doing here on the right hand, just worry about like the main chords that I just played right here. That's exactly what I'm gonna be playing. So let's go. I kind of like that melody, but I don't know, it was a little empty. We'll just go with that because I'm gonna be adding more stuff, and just for the sake of time, I was literally just messing around with the E minor scale, playing the same exact chord progression that we just learned. So let's go. Let's EQ this a little bit. Kind of want to leave that more higher pitch right there, not reduce too much of the high end. The sound is pretty like stable. I like it. I know Addictive Keys doesn't have like, oh, I forgot to mention, yeah, I'm using Mark 1 Fusion Pad inside Addictive Keys, in case any of those that are wondering. Let's just add our own effects. Doesn't have. Here we go, reverb and delay. I kind of don't like the delay or the reverb that it has. Let's just put Valhalla on this. And that should do it for that. For my second instrument, I'm going to go ahead and use this preset called Autumn Spirit inside Analog Library. This is already a default preset. This is not a bank or anything. This is just something that's already inside Analog Lab, in case you're wondering. And it sounds like this. Very lush, very nice, very subtle too. Well, let's try to use that. I don't know if the movement is on tempo. Maybe we could reduce a lot of the movement here. Here we go. And after that, we can like maybe adjust the movement afterwards. Let's just go ahead and try to record something, same chord progression. Here we go, let's go. I kind of just did this to kind of complement what I was playing already, so we could just EQ this a bit. I don't want it to be too popping out too much. It's too much low end too. Here we go. And now let's just go ahead to Analog Lab and see if we can mess with the movement. I'm gonna do this over because I feel like it's sustaining too much on this part right here. Like it sounds kind of muddy and I'm not liking that too much. Let's try to do it over. Now that sounds a little better. So now let's go ahead and EQ it. Now let's go ahead and mess with the movement. Probably leave it right there. Coming in and out. And I do want to add a compressor to this just because I don't know, sometimes these high pitch like pads tend to get out of hand sometimes, but let's just add a compressor here. Let's go to the studio feet right here. And it's not called studio feet, by the way. I always say that, but it's studio FET. And I have no idea what that stands for, FET. So if you know, let me know, but it's probably something, right? Let's just go with the classic VCA. Still a little muddy, so let EQ a little bit more. That's a little better. For my third instrument, I'm gonna use this preset called Dire Dreams, also inside Analog Lab, and it's in the classic synth keys section. I did find it in just the normal keys section. So if you go here and you go to keys, you can find it here. I already hearted it, but it's down here somewhere. It's in alphabetical order, I think, or maybe not. I don't know. But it's called Dire Dreams, and it sounds like this. Very lush sound. It's not something that's super dominant. I love just simplified and subtle this sound is. It's just gonna complement whatever I'm playing already. So I'm just really gonna play simple chords for this one. I'm not gonna do too much. There's already a lot going on just with these two tracks that I already recorded. This is just to add to whatever I'm playing already. It doesn't complicate the sound even more because sometimes when you're adding too much, it could get excessive. But if you're just complementing where you're playing already, you can never go wrong with that. And let's just add a little bit of reverb, just a tad bit. Honestly, I'm gonna leave it right there. For my fourth instrument, and this is super important, I feel like for any emotional, soulful type of R&B beat, or just like anything that has some soul into it, you gotta add like a vocal chop. I feel like this is just like the new sound. It's like a new wave that vocal samples are just hitting right now. And I feel like you have to find a good vocal sample pack, or just download Arcade or download Output and use Arcade. And I like to use Hooked. But for this, I just bought a vocal pack from Kavi. If you guys know who Kavi is, then you guys know who he is. If you don't, look him up. It's KXAV. So I'm gonna go ahead and use one of his vocal chops. I already have it chopped up a little bit. I'm gonna use this one right here. The good thing about vocal samples, you could literally chop them up however you like in Serato, or if you don't have Serato, you can use a quick sampler inside Logic. If you want a video on how to use that, let me know down in the comments. So let's try to add these vocals in, and this is gonna like complete this melody. Let's see how this comes out. I don't even know how I'm gonna play this, but let's try to go. So nice. I don't know if I should leave it like that, but maybe I should have just let that one finish. I'll just let this one finish actually. This is sounding so nice, bro. I'm telling you, the vocals really put it together. I'm not lying. All right, let's EQ this a bit. I don't want to EQ it too much. I do want the vocals to pop out a little bit. And I am going to use a RC20 just with that warmth. And I don't know if I'm between Valhalla right now or just using the Universal Audio Reverb, the RealVerb Pro. Let's see. Jeez. Yeah, I'm thinking I'll leave this one. Just sounds so good. And we're gonna add some echo delay just slightly on this one. Not too crazy. Let's see. Perfect. I still want to dirty it up a little bit, so maybe just add a little bit of noise here. And a little bit of distortion maybe. So now let's go ahead and try to add some drums to this. And I'm not gonna lie, I was debating whether I should just do an Afro beat, but this is not a tutorial for like an Afro type of beat, even though it's still technically R&B, right? But if somebody wants to flip this to like an Afro beat, let me know. Like I could easily hear an Afro beat just like something like that. But anyways, I'm gonna just do a regular R&B straight through. So let's just try to add some claps here really quick, and I'll use the step sequencer. So here we go. One important thing you should know is that you don't always have to use it on the third count, the snare or whatever you're using, like right here. Even though it does sound good, but you could also use it on the second and skip every other time, because you could do it every other 2 bars, but then it just sounds repetitive. And then let's just go and hit the kicks. Let's use this kick right here. This is one of my favorite kicks probably. So go just. I'm gonna do more like a boom. It's more like swing. EQ the kick in a bit. Just, I don't know if I want this. I don't know. I'm just not feeling this kick like that. Yeah, more space I think works better for this one. Or maybe let's try to EQ this kick a little bit. And let's try to bring in some hi-hats now. Let's see. I feel like for this beat could just go straight through all of them, just the same thing the whole time. I'm gonna change the velocity a little bit on some of them though, so it don't be too like crazy. It don't be so repetitive, kind of. There we go. You hear the difference? Yes, sir. I think it sounds good like that, bro. I swear, like you guys see my videos. I hardly do this pattern here, but sometimes like you just have to go with what I think sounds best or whatever, you know. It could sound good too, just pausing the hi-hats here and there, but straight through is also good. We definitely got to add an open hat. Sounds like a hit song or something. It's like I hear like DJ Khaled or something in the beginning of this song. Just DJ Khaled. Am I tripping or what? Let's try this hat right here. Let me know who you hear on this beat. Let me know what artist you think would go crazy on this right here. Most of my beats, I refer them to Chris Brown, really. Like, but I could still hear him in this beat too. But I don't know. Maybe I hear somebody else on this as well. Who knows? So some reverb on these open hats. And then also some delay. Kind of like how the open hat sounds with the EQ and delay, like. Sounds crazy. Let's go crazy with the percussion though, for sure. I wonder if this will sound good right here. Probably not. Let's do this little percussion right here. And that's it. Make it quick. Just one time right there, bro. Quantize it. I think an R&B singer could go crazy on this, bro. I don't know, like Blast maybe. Blast could go probably crazy on this. Let's see if Harlow's perk can go with this. I'm definitely gonna add the Zap perk. You already know this going in there somewhere. Here we go. Just need more volume. What's going on with this? Probably won't leave it playing the whole beat, but yeah. Need a shaker. Let's add a shaker here. I think I gotta add it somewhere in there. Might reduce one of these perks right here. Just make these longer though. Or let's change it for this one. This one's kind of cuts through too much. Now I'm gonna just reduce this perk just to one sound right here. Let's see how this sounds. Let's just pan these a little bit left, a little bit right, so it won't be too in the center. Let's add some reverb to these, or echo to these little shakers right here. Let's add some detail here, just a little bit of detail. And we gotta add a fat bass, of course. Do I dare just go with a crazy bass? I don't know if that'll work, because it ain't a hard beat. Let's try this one though, too. Nah, I like the other one better. Let's try to record this in, and let's see what comes out. I love when the kick and the 808 just kind of complement each other and not hitting at the same time. I just love that. All right, I think that'll do it for now. Let's rearrange this beat and let's hear the final beat in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Bless those keys, the RnB.
All right, and if you're at the deep end of this video, you already know what to do. Comment down below, deep end. I hope you've enjoyed the last drum kit I shared with you guys. It was a straight Dropbox link, and I said it was only going to be available for 72 hours just because it was completely free. And, you know, I feel like the people that are with me, that are watching, because this channel is growing, and I really appreciate you guys. I feel like you guys deserved it the most. So maybe it'll keep those that didn't come, you know, it'll be like in the back of their heads, like I should really wait until he drops another video. Maybe there'll be something free again. I'm not trying to trick anybody, be like, oh, watch my videos or anything like that. But anyways, I'm ranting too much. Thank you so much. If you're at the deep end of this video, comment deep end, like I said. And if you're enjoying these videos, just comment down below. I've been enjoying these videos. Thank you for teaching us piano at the same time as producing. There's not a lot of channels like this that I see. So hopefully this is beneficial and something that you guys are getting some gems from. All right. So till next time, I've said already a lot. So till next time, stay blessed, stay positive. Peace.